James Dean is remembered as one of the biggest American cultural icons of all time. From his style to his acting to the way he carried himself, James Dean continues to influence people to this day. Here's his story. James was born February 8, 1931. He was an only child and was very close to his mother. Sadly, she died of uterine cancer when Dean was just 9 years old. Unable to care for his son, Dean's father sent him to live with his aunt and uncle on their farm in Fairmount, Indiana, where he was raised in their Quaker household. Dean's overall performance in school was exceptional, and he was a popular student. After graduating from high school, he moved to California, where he lived with his father and stepmother. He enrolled in Santa Monica College and majored in pre-law. Shortly after, he transferred to UCLA and changed his major to drama, which resulted in estrangement from his father. While at UCLA, Dean booked his first television appearance, which was a Pepsi-Cola commercial. In 1951, he dropped out of UCLA to pursue a full-time career as an actor. While struggling to gain roles in Hollywood, Dean worked as a parking lot attendant at CBS Studios, during which time he met Roger Brackett, a radio director for an advertising agency, who offered him professional help and guidance in his chosen career, as well as a place to stay. Dean's career picked up as he performed in episodes of television shows like Kraft Television Theater, Robert Montgomery Presents, The United States Steel Hour, Danger, and General Electric Theater. Positive reviews for Dean's 1954 theatrical role as Bashir, a pandering homosexual North African houseboy, led to calls from Hollywood. His big break came shortly after when he was cast in the film East of Eden. Much of Dean's performance in the film was unscripted. In recognition of his performance, Dean was nominated posthumously for the 1956 Academy Award, the first official posthumous acting nomination in Academy Awards history. East of Eden was the only film starring Dean released in his lifetime. Dean quickly followed up his role in Eden with a starring role as Jim Stark in Rebel Without a Cause. The film was a groundbreaking attempt to portray the moral decay of American youth, critique parental style, and explore the differences and conflicts between generations. Over the years, the film has achieved landmark status because of Dean's performance. This was the only film during Dean's lifetime in which he received top billing. In 1990, Rebel Without a Cause was added to the Library of Congress's National Film Registry as being deemed culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. At 5:45 on September 30, 1955, the 24-year-old actor was killed in Cholami, California, when the Porsche he was driving hit a Ford two-door sedan at an intersection. Dean loved racing cars and was actually on his way to a race in Salinas, 90 miles south of San Francisco. Some say that Dean's car, which he nicknamed Little Bastard, was cursed. After the accident, the car rolled off the back of a truck and crushed the legs of the mechanic standing nearby. Later, after a used car dealer sold its parts to buyers all over the country, the strange incidents continued. The car's engine, transmission, and tires were all transplanted into cars that were later involved in deadly crashes. The passenger in James' car, German Porsche mechanic Rolf Weatherich, was badly injured but survived. Some fans blamed Rolf for Dean's death, and feelings of guilt after the car accident never left Rolf. He tried to commit suicide twice during the 1960s, and in 1967 he stabbed his wife 14 times in a failed murder-suicide. He later died in a drunk driving accident in 1981. The story of James Dean is a story of what could have been. Actors like James Earl Jones, Robert Duvall, William Shatner, and Leonard Nimoy were all born the same year as James Dean, and they all have massively successful careers. It really makes you wonder, how big could James Dean have been if he never got into a car accident? I guess we'll never know. But let me know your thoughts on James Dean. Are you a fan? Are you familiar with his work, or not so much? Drop a comment down below and remember to like and subscribe.